Please join me in welcoming the professional recipient of the Coach Wooden Citizenship Cup, Brees, New Orleans Saints.
Before I start, I would like to set the record straight. I absolutely knew who Coach Bill Curry was because he was the head coach for the Kentucky Wildcats in 1996. I came out in 1997. I took a visit to Kentucky. Had he still been the coach there, I might have been a Kentucky Wildcat. It's a tremendous honor to be in the presence of so many legendary people within the world of sports, but not only that, the way that they have transcended sports and made such a huge impact in the lives of so many other people. And as I sat there tonight, I took notes on every speaker. And forgive me if I get a little emotional as we go along here, because I'm going to talk about a few things. And I think when you become a parent, you become more emotional. Something about what kids do to you. Because I love being a father. But one of the things it was hard not to write down and really think about. These are a lot of things that just resonated with me tonight, and I think they deserve to be mentioned again. When Jamal Wilkes got up here and mentioned a John Wooden quote, that being, "It's what you learn after you know it all that counts." I think so many times it's easy to fall into the trap of sitting back on past accomplishments, sitting back on your laurels, so to speak. But I can tell you this, every year is a new year. It's another challenge. It's another opportunity. And I know for me, I've been blessed to have been able to play in the National Football League for 13 years. I hope that I have quite a few more good years left in me. I have 3 sons. I've got 1 little girl on the way in August. My boys are 5, 3, and 1. I'd love to give them the opportunity to see their dad play a little bit longer. The other one that was mentioned by Jamal Wilkes when he talked about calling Coach Wooden, as did probably every teammate that he ever coached, in order to get advice, to treat him as the mentor that he was for them. He said that Coach Wooden would always listen, and then provide very, very soft advice, probably sometimes firm advice. But it reminded me that, you know what, I think we all, certainly me, my wife reminds me of it every day, I could be a better listener. And I think it's one of the greatest qualities of a leader as well, because when you listen, you show people that you care about them, that you care about what they're feeling, and at the end of the day, that you want to help them as much as you can accomplish what they were meant to accomplish and achieve their goals and what they were meant to do. Along those lines, I also wrote down this week, and maybe this should apply to everybody, it certainly applies to me. We just started our off-season strength and conditioning program, so the whole team's back. There's a lot of new faces, a lot of young guys, some free agents, and that kind of thing that I've never met before. Certainly, you want to make a great impression on them. You want to start to build the foundation of what next year's team is going to be like. You want to set an example for them as to how we do things as a New Orleans Saint, the amount of pride and respect that we have for that role. And so I said, you know, do 3 things this week that let guys know that you're a leader and that you care. And the first thing that I wrote down, because it was yet another story about John Wooden, was he would walk through the locker room and he wouldn't tell guys to pick things up. He would just start picking things up. And I imagine that everybody would see that and they would immediately jump up and start picking things up. Or he would leave the room and they would say, well, if the head man's doing it, then I certainly need to be doing it. So the first gum wrapper that I see on the floor tomorrow in the locker room, I'm picking up and I'm throwing away. And I hope people see it, because that's the example that I want to set. That, you know what, I'm not too big to do that, because I care about the team, I care about the way things look, the way that we conduct ourselves, the way that we represent our team and the character that we have. So that's going to be the first thing I do tomorrow. There's plenty more. I got to keep going here. The other was character's taught, and that took me to, and respect is earned. Every day I think about ways that I can help teach my boys to be great men. I think about teaching them gratitude. I think about teaching them humility, respect. And at the end of the day, those, I believe, are three of the greatest character traits that you can have as a person. And if you have those, you display those, then others will respect you for it. And that's how you earn respect, is by developing and then showing that character. Great quote, never say no, and actually, I believe this came from Kelly, one of the award nominees. Never say no to something that will help your kids succeed in life. So that really got me thinking. All the things that I want to be able to provide for my kids to give them every opportunity to succeed in life. And you know what? there are plenty of times where you're going to need to say no to them. And those are certainly lessons learned when you do that. But that really got me thinking about ways to put them in the best position to succeed as I possibly can. And the other thing that was actually mentioned by Elizabeth was one of her greatest memories as a child was when her grandfather would take her for ice cream, for dollar ice cream. And it got me thinking that, you know what, building family traditions are so important. Because I know for me, those are some of my greatest memories as a kid. Going to the ballpark and my brother and I and my dad pitching to each other and playing home run derby. That's one of my greatest memories as a kid. Going to the tennis court and my mom would beat me at tennis all the way up until I was in college. It was the most amazing thing. She's passed away, but she was by far the best athlete in the family. But at that time, certainly I was faster, I was stronger, I could move better, I could do all those things, and yet she had this one on me. She knew how to run me around on the court, wear me out, and then beat me. But those are some of my greatest memories, and certainly I learned so much from that. Every Wednesday, I take my boys to swim practice, and if they work hard, if they do their best, then we go and we get ice cream afterwards. They didn't get it this last time, because they were disrespectful to their teacher in the pool, so they didn't get it. But every other time they've gotten it, and I hope that that becomes one of the memories, and hopefully there's many, many others that they remember and that they can pass on to their kids as well. So as we leave here tonight, those are certainly things that I'm going to be taking with me, and I know that hopefully there will be at least one thing that each person in this room will be taking with them based upon what you've heard tonight from all the wonderful athletes, but more importantly, people that came up here to speak tonight. A huge congratulations to the nominees, to Aaron, to Kelly, to Dow, to Jeffrey, to Elizabeth. You guys inspired me tonight, really. What you all have accomplished in such a short period of time in your young lives is amazing. The courage that it took to do many of the things that you've done, and certainly the way that you've made the most of your opportunities. And to Dallas specifically, you know, you're 1 in a million, 10 million, 100 million. The fact that you made it through the journey that you had to go through in order to get here, and now to be standing up on the stage receiving this award, what you represent is tremendous. And I know that you represent it on behalf of so many people, your teammates, your classmates, the other 4 nominees. But we all wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a man like John Wooden, the namesake of the award that we get to hold and recognize the not only unbelievable accomplishments on the court that he was able to direct, but the man that he was, the legacy that he leaves. I can't tell you how many times I've referenced one of the qualities from John Wooden's Pyramid of Success, or one of his quotes, written it down, said it to a teammate, said it to myself, countless times. I'd like to mention that as much attention is brought to UCLA for the accomplishments there, let's not forget that it all started at Purdue University. Go Big Ten, isn't that right, Aaron? But it's a tremendous honor to be here. I know I took way more than my allotted time, but it's an honor to be here among you. It's certainly an honor to receive the John Wooden Citizens Cup. Take it as a tremendous responsibility to continue to utilize the platform that God has given me to provide opportunities for others to succeed. Thank you.